Live from the YouTubes. It's the second live stream. I think it's the second live stream we've done in 2023. It's Sunday, January 29th, and we're here. We're back. We're still in the temporary setting, still in the Airbnb. But you know what? We're getting there, slowly but surely. Not really. Regardless, thank you guys so much for being back here today. We're doing another live stream, man. We talk about things, man. There's a lot of things that have happened over the last week, from the Oscars to some crazy news within the movie space, the box office. There's so many things that you all could ask me that we could get on soapboxes about today, but man, I cannot wait to see what the conversation is going to be like. I can't wait to see who's in the chat room this morning. And I want to say thank you for being in the chat room this morning, man. It's been a while, a couple weeks since we've done our last one. It's been a difficult January, but it doesn't matter. We're trudging. We're still going. And I just want to say thank you, everybody who is here this morning. Please let me know if the stream looks good, if the camera looks good, the microphone looks good. Having a little bit of technical things this morning. I think it may have to do with the setting, the Wi-Fi, but I worked on it, and hopefully it's all good right now. But I want to say hello to everybody in the chat this morning. Jeff, let's go, boys. Let's go. I already have some questions. Tyler says he likes beans. I like beans too. Jack says he wants to see a podcast with myself and Flim Flam. Yeah, you saw that. I got a little tussle with Flim Flam on Twitter. Anyone who is aware of that joke, you are my favorite person. We have Mr. Flickster. A lot of people saying hello to each other in the chat. And how's it going, Mr. Burke? It's going good. It's going okay. You know, just kind of getting through. 2023 has been... It's not been great so far, but we're still going. We're still here. Doesn't matter. I want to see who the first super chat is from. We already have one this morning. Like always, guys, if you're here and you want to drop the like down below, man, that is the best way to help out these live streams, to get them out there. Again, we're going to try to be more consistent with these, but I try to do one anytime I get the opportunity, especially when it's on a Sunday, because this is the best day to do it, I believe. And of course, if you guys want to ask questions, we're going to try to get to as many questions as we can this morning. We can talk box office. We can talk Oscars. We can honestly talk whatever you guys want to talk about. Please ask the question. Do not be hesitant if it has to do with movies, and we'll try to get into some great conversations. Edison says, Austin the man. Collie Wally's here. Good morning, guys. Collie Wally, thanks for being here. Fear, the best January film. Well, it's at the bottom. It's at the bottom of my list, but I'm sorry you feel that way. I know you're joking, but still. Toon Talk says, knock at the cabin soon. When is the review embargo lifting? My screening, if I don't get called in for jury duty, because I am on call for jury duty, which is fan-freaking-tastic, man. What great timing that they have for that. But if I don't get called in, I will have a screening on Tuesday. The embargo lifts on Wednesday. I've actually heard some pretty good things. The social embargo has lifted on Knock at the Cabin. I've heard some better things than I expected to hear. You know, I've seen some mixed tweets. I usually try to stay away from this, but I'm very curious about this movie. Shyamalan, you never know where it's going to go, but I'm actually really excited. It's going to be a trip for me, a couple of hours to drive there and watch it, but I'm actually really excited to make that trip. I can't wait to see this movie. I really can't. Let's see. Hello, how you been? Is the house doing any better? Well, we've hit some walls with the insurance. We're trying to get everything figured out. So nothing has happened on the house. Just a lot of us trying to figure things out with the insurance and the construction and all this. It's not great, but we're slowly getting there. We're supposed to have it worked on and paid for, but we just don't know how it's all going to work out. But hey, man, we got the Airbnb for a little bit, so we're here. We're chilling. Morning, Austin. Who you got, Niners or Eagles? I'm going to go Eagles. I think they're offensive firepower. I would slightly edge out the 49ers with Brock Purdy, even though the weapons on the 49ers is ridiculous. 49ers probably have the better defense, but Eagles is top 3. So I'm going to go Philly. Then the second game, I'm going to go... I think the Bengals are going to win. I think they're more complete. I want the Chiefs to win. I don't like the Bengals. I have to deal with Bengals fans, and they're obnoxious. 2 years of relevance. All of a sudden, they're the best things ever. Let's see. Why did the Academy ignore Nope? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like Nope should have at least gotten looked at for cinematography. I follow Film Toppings. I believe that's the channel on Instagram, and they did a Oscars where they selected different nominees and they put Nope in cinematography. I'm like, thank you, because Nope deserves it. I think The Batman deserves cinematography. I think cinematography, and we can look at these nominations here in a bit if you guys want to. Cinematography is the most boring category at this year's Oscars, and I don't hate the choices. Like, I don't think Bardo's cinematography is boring. I just think when you look at some of these other movies and what they were able to do, it's better. I love Roger Deakins. Empire of Light is one of the more, it's pretty good, for Roger Deakins, but it's not Roger Deakins. It's not what we're used to. So I don't know. I just found the cinematography, I found that really boring this year. I really did. Are you planning on seeing Blood and Honey or Cocaine Bear? I'm planning on seeing both. It's funny because I just figured out that Cocaine Bear, the Cocaine Bear, and I'm going to go up and get to this first super chat here in a second. So Marley, I'm not ignoring you. The Cocaine Bear is actually 6 miles from my house, stuffed in a building. I'm going to go and I'm going to get video next to it. You may be seeing my introduction for Cocaine Bear next to Cocaine Bear. How cool would that be? I didn't know it was in my hometown, or my town where I'm living in. Had no clue. But you know what? We're going to go check him out. Okay? It's going to be terrifying, but I don't know what it's going to be like. Maybe it's at a store. Maybe it's at a restaurant. I don't know. But I know he's here, and I'm going to go find him. I'm going to go seek him out. But I'm excited for both movies. I think Blood and Honey is going to be not very good, but I'm excited for it. Okay. Marley with the first super chat of the day. Marley, thank you so much for the support, for the awesome, as always, comments, man. You're always on this channel. Finally got Babylon out here in the UK, and I was floored. My favorite movie of 2022. It felt like Giselle's Tarantino or Scorsese outing, and it just felt epic. I don't understand the negativity. Will it age like fine wine? Well, Marley, I think I've been excited to go and revisit Babylon. Because while I liked Babylon, I didn't love it like I wanted to. It's not in my top 10 of the year. It's not, one of my favorite Giselle movies. It's actually my least favorite Giselle movie so far. So I wasn't quite moved like you were and like some other people that I'm seeing were. I think Letterboxd overall, they've been a big fan of Babylon. I wasn't a huge fan. I think it's good, but I think it's more of a good collection of really well-made scenes as opposed to a one big, coherent, great experience. I felt the length. It's very lengthy. I felt the length. I didn't love the way everything was pieced together. I thought the story itself wasn't as strong as it needed to be. But I think there are some scenes in Babylon that are absolutely outstanding. And I am very bummed that Babylon missed out on a couple of these nominations. Obviously, it's going to win for, I think it's going to win for score. Don't want to give away my predictions. I think it's going to win for score. But I feel like it should have gotten some more noms, and I even look at Margot Robbie's performance. As much as I thought the movie was good, not great, I think her performance deserved more talk, more hype than it ended up getting. So while I didn't love Babylon like you did, Marley, I do think there were some things that warranted Oscar nominations in the movie. But again, I need to go back and revisit it because sometimes Giselle's movies, they get better over time. I think First Man was a movie like that for me. I thought it was really good the first time, but I watched it again. I said, ooh, that might have been better than I thought it was the first time. So I'm excited to go back and see it, Marley. Thank you so much for the super chat. Tars, cinematography is boring. Yeah, well, I don't want to use the word boring for Tar. I think Tar cinematography is really good, but again, I would not put it over Nope. I would not put it over the Batman. I would not put it over some of these other choices that did not end up getting a nomination. So I'm not going to say it's boring. I think it's very well made, very well shot. But again, it's not in my top 5. It's not in my top 5 of the year. Cocaine Bear. Why don't people like Eddie Redmayne? I like Eddie Redmayne. I wasn't really hyped about that specific performance getting an Oscar nomination. So I was not on the Eddie Redmayne hate train. I was on the Eddie Redmayne should not get a nomination train. And I was also on the Eddie Redmayne will not get a nomination train. It felt like this year's Jared Leto. God, what was the movie that Jared Leto was in? Little Things? Little People? Little something? Yeah, that's kind of what it felt like for me. And sure enough, that's what it was. Hey, Austin. Hey, Austin. Sam, thank you so much for being here, Sam. Have you watched anything from Sundance this year? I'm about to watch Magazine Dreams for my 8th watch of the festival. It's been great. I'm thinking about maybe watching some of these winners because I think you can go in and get tickets for the winners. I believe today is the last day to do that. I'm thinking about watching a couple of these winners today. I've not been worried about Sundance this year, unfortunately, just because I've been so busy with other things, and unfortunately it's taken away from the channel. So instead of taking away from the videos I was making, I just decided to not do anything with Sundance this year, just because of all the house stuff and the jury duty and the baby, and it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. But I really want to watch Magazine Dream. I wanted to watch the John Carney movie. Sam, if you're still here, is there a way to watch the new John Carney movie? I don't think there is, because I don't think it got nominated for an award. That, and then, was it The Play? Something with The Play with Ben Platt? I want to see that one. So if I get the chance today, I'm going to try my best to watch those. I'm going to try my absolute best, because I've heard really good things about both of them. How come you never did a review for The Father 2021? If you did see the film, what did you think of it? So The Father was one that I didn't review immediately. I saw it at a festival, and I said, I'm going to push this into the release, and I just never got around to it. Funny enough, it was, is it still? Yeah, I think it still is my favorite movie of that year. The Father is my number one of that year. I thought it was incredible. I absolutely loved it. And I know it says The Father 2021, but it was on my 2020 list, I believe, and it was my number one on my 2020 list. An amazing movie, spectacular. That's why I was so disappointed when I watched The Son, and I said, that's not good. Same director, not good. But I loved it. Batman got snubbed for cinematography, production design. Oh, yeah. Production design and score. Absolutely. The score was amazing. No, Mr. Flickster. Batman's score was amazing. I don't get that. The Departed or Goodfellas? Goodfellas. But The Departed is creeping up on the hills, man. Another super chat. And guys, if you want to talk box office or Oscars specifically, we can talk about that here in just a little bit. I have both screens pulled up. We can go through some of these, some things that I thought got snubbed. If you want to, just let me know. I'm going to let you guys dictate today's conversation. Cam on Camera says, people that aren't familiar with The Last of Us. People that aren't familiar with The Last of Us. Are you saying people that aren't familiar with The Last of Us are bad or are good? Cam on Camera. I'm not sure where you're going with that, but I will say I was familiar with The Last of Us. I don't know anything that happens in The Last of Us Part 2. Haven't played it. Haven't watched the scenes. So I'm going to be very thrown off, I think, when we get that and how they convert it to the big screen or the small screen, because I've heard a lot of people say The Last of Us Part 2 is not good. Then I've heard a lot of people say The Last of Us Part 2 is good. So I don't know where it's going. I'm excited to see. I can't wait. All right, we've got, in your opinion, did The Menu deserve an Oscar nomination? Yes. I loved The Menu. I think absolutely. Hey, Austin, I keep missing your streams because of work. Oh, man, I'm so sorry. I was wondering what you think about Mia Goth's comments regarding the Oscars. In terms of taking horror more seriously, yeah, I think they should. I'm with her. I don't remember what the exact comments were, so maybe I'm not with her on everything, but in terms of just the general, I saw one quote from her in the general sense of not taking horror more seriously, and I'm with her. I'm absolutely with her. I think of Toni Collette, I think of Florence Pugh, I think of Mia Goth this last year, and the fact that all three should have been in the conversation, but weren't. Why wasn't that? I don't know. It's weird, but good question, Caleb. Thank you for the super chat. I think they should start taking horror movies more seriously because we've had some bangers over the last couple of years. Will you ever collab with Perry Nemiroff? Well, keep an eye out. It's not going to be soon, but keep an eye out. You may be seeing us at least in the same room in a couple of months. You might be seeing that, but can't go into any more detail. All right, Cam on Camera. Game aren't ready for the rest of the series. Game aren't ready. Man, I'm trying to figure. Sorry, Cam on Camera. Game aren't ready for the rest of the series. Okay, Cam on Camera. You don't have to leave another super chat, but elaborate. I need you to elaborate. I know you're talking about The Last of Us, but I need some elaboration there. Chris Smith. Hi, Austin. Hello, Chris. Thanks for being here. Excited for Phase 5 of the MCU. Me too. I'm very excited. I can't wait to see what they do. Wanted to say hi, Austin. Jack, hi. How you doing? Thanks for being here. Will you make a personal Oscars video? That's the plan. The plan is to get that out a couple of days before the actual Oscars. So I would love to make a personal Oscars video. Have you heard of Listen, I've gotten a lot of requests to review this movie, and I think it might be coming to my Regal. It may have been this Saturday or Sunday. I think it's coming to our local theater, or it is already there. But I want to try to find some time to see it again. Jury duty may prevent me from doing that. So if I have jury duty, I won't be seeing anything over the next couple of weeks. But I'm going to try my best to see it and hopefully get a review out for you guys. If nothing else, at YouTube Short. All right. We have How's Progress coming on the house. Slow, Jack. Very slow. Insurance, not like a great neighbor right now, but we've gotten some people on board that are really, really helpful now. So I'm loving where we are at the moment, but not a lot of progress has been made. Theater Camp. That's the movie. I would love to try to see Theater Camp because I know it won one award at Sundance, and I think it may be available to watch. So I'm going to try my best to see it. You should make a top 20 films of the decade so far. Team Rainbow, that is being worked on right now. It's not a top 20, but it is a top 10 with 10 honorable mentions. So it's kind of a top 20. What am I saying? Austin, are you the Tinder Swindler 2.0? Not that I know of, but check back with my wife here in a couple of months. No, I'm just kidding. That was a joke. I hope she's watching. She's probably not watching. You know what she's doing? She's in there watching Criminal Minds. That's absolutely what she's doing, because I heard it a while ago. She's like, I can't wait to watch Criminal Minds all day. I'm like, what is wrong with you? I love you, but what is wrong with you? Judd Hirsch's performance was really good. And All in the Fablemans, but I don't know if it deserved an Oscar nom due to his limited screen time. Yeah, the fact that he got it over Paul Dano. Look, I predicted Judd Hirsch, but I predicted Judd Hirsch over Eddie Redmayne. I also didn't think Judd Hirsch really deserved it, but I had a feeling they were going to give it to him. But over Paul Dano? What are we doing? What are we doing, guys? I mean, that's just to me, that is a crazy, I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense. It's just a weird overall. I don't know if the screen went black just now. I saw it on my end. So let me know if the screen's messing up being weird. But that's just such a weird thing to me that he got it over Paul Dano, man. It really is. Let's see. Who do we got here? We've got Kali Wally. Thanks for being here, my friend. Theater Camp with Ben Platt was excellent. One of the best comedies in years. It might be sold out, but I would definitely try to get a ticket. It won an award for ensemble, I think. Sam, I'm going to try my best. I hope I get a chance to see it. I want to see the John Carney movie. I just don't think there's a way for me to do that. Very frustrating. Sadly, I don't believe John Carney's film is available remotely. I know it makes me sad, Sam. It makes me sad. Such a good director. John Carney, one of the most underrated directors. If you've never seen Begin Again, if you've never seen Sing Street, which is the movie that I've been championing it for. When did it come out? 2016? Was that Sing Street? Was Sing Street 2016? My God. That's a long time ago, folks. That's a long time ago. Amazing film. Let's see. What do you think of Superbad? I rewatched it recently. I think it could be one of my favorite comedies of all time. I am a Superbad nut. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was hilarious. I've not watched it in a while, but man, oh man, that was very, very funny. Austin, have you seen To Leslie? I have. I watched it before I did my votes for Critics' Choice. It's a great performance. It really is. Now, the whole Riseborough coming out of nowhere and getting the nomination thing, but it's a great performance. So I'm take nothing away from what she does in that movie. It's just more the circumstances and more who she got in over, Danielle Deadwyler. I'm just like, I don't know about that, but she's really great. She's an amazing, amazing actress. See you later, Austin. Thanks for being here. I appreciate everybody who is here right now. Hey, if you are here and if you want to support this channel, support this video, you want to drop that like, man, that would be awesome. Last time I checked, we had 40-ish, and that's right around half of the people that we have. So that's really cool, man. I appreciate you guys for being here, all your support, the constant love on the vids this week, man. It's been great. Been a little down in the dumps lately, but you guys are definitely helping that out. Okay. Yes, Disney check. Is this what I think it is? This Chase? I think it is. Blue Futon. I love this. Disney check. Now let's talk about Infinity Pool, okay? If I was married to Mia Goth and I saw that last scene with Alexander Skarsgård, I would cry because the Northman is a 10 and I am a 7 max. That's incredible, man. That's incredible. Listen. The Northman. I love how you refer to Alexander Skarsgård as the Northman. Listen, the Infinity Pool is crazy, man. And I knew it wouldn't be a broad appeal to more general audiences. I'm actually kind of surprised that it got a C+ cinema score. I thought for sure it would get lower than that, because usually a movie like that does not get a C or a C+ cinema score. Usually that's getting a D- or an F. So, okay, gives me a little confidence, the Cronenberg name and just kind of the style of the movie. I think it works well for a lot of people. But all in all, Mia Goth in that movie is turned up to an 11. She is crazy. She is unhinged. I don't want that to be what she is starting to get typecast as. I don't think that's the case. I take that back. She has been in 2 universes, 3 movies, where she has been like that, okay? But I don't want that to be fully the case. People were talking about Harley Quinn. While I think that is brilliant casting, I don't want that to be the only thing she plays. I want her to show her range that I know she has. I know she has a lot of range, but man, she's great in Infinity Pool. Alexander Skarsgård, great in Infinity Pool. 2 really good performances. Have you checked out Poker Face on Peacock yet? That is Ryan Johnson's new show. I have not watched it yet, but I really, really want to. I am very excited for Poker Face. I think there are 4 episodes up right now, so I'm going to try my best. Mike says Colette in Hereditary, literally one of the best performances I've ever seen. Huge snub there. Mike, I'm with you. Toni Collette in Hereditary was phenomenal. She was my number 1 performance of that year. Maybe number 2. No, she might have been number 2. But still, extraordinary performance. Absolutely incredible. We've got Sam, Theater Camp, one of my favorite of the fest so far. Oh, yeah. Okay, Sam, I saw this. Thank you. If it isn't sold out, I would definitely try and watch. Unfortunately, I believe the new John Carney film is available remotely. Yeah, Sam, listen, I've heard great things about Theater Camp. It seems like the type of movie that I want, that I would want to show a lot of people, because I've heard it's like a nice little crowd pleaser, but at the same time, there's some good stuff in it. So I'm very excited for Theater Camp, and still bummed, so bummed that I'm not able to see. And I believe my boy is in there too. Older brother in Sing Street, Midsommar. Gosh, why can't I remember his name right now? Is it Jack? I think it's Jack, his first name. Either way, I believe he's in that movie as well, so I can't wait to see it. I really can't. Hey, Black Cat Comic Geek! What's up, my friend? Thanks for being here. That's awesome. I've seen a couple of creators floating in and out of the live stream today. I appreciate it, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Watching your vids, as always, on the TikToks. That's what the kids say. But, man, that's awesome. Thank you for being here. Stumbo's media outlet, Ian, saw Living yesterday. Good time. Thought Bill Nighy was wonderful. Best actress bugs me. Where was the passion for Danielle? I plan to watch To Leslie, but it's suspicious the Academy is looking into it. Take care. Yeah, it is very suspicious. It's, and I don't hate the idea of being different about an Oscar campaign. I am the kind of person, I think Oscar campaigns are dumb. I do. I think it's important to obviously push your movie for Oscars and all this stuff, but some of these films that don't have a lot of money, lower budgeted, don't have the money to push them like some of these other movies do. You look at a movie like Sing Street. I don't know if that was able to make that big Oscar push like they needed to. To me, if you're an Oscar voter, if you're an Academy voter, I know you can't see everything, but you should have an ear to the ground. You should kind of know what people are looking at as these better, more underseen movies. And if they didn't see Sing Street, then why didn't they see Sing Street if they voted for the Oscar? You know what I mean? And I understand people can't see everything, but if you're a voter, you should try to see everything, whether they do a campaign or not. But at the same time, I get it. But you look at an example like this, where it was more of the big names in the industry kind of spreading the word about that performance. And it was a great performance. I take nothing away from the performance, but Danielle Deadwyler, some people, as I understand it, just didn't watch the movie because of the content. And it's a difficult movie to watch, but you still got to watch it. I'm sorry. You've got to, I don't know. It's one of those things. Deadwyler was amazing. I mean, phenomenal until. So it's just a shame that she didn't get in. It really is. And I'm not even looking at Riseborough as the one who, honestly, I would have put Deadwyler in over like a Michelle Williams. I would have. I think that would have been a snub, but I think Deadweiler is a bigger snub for me. So I just feel like Deadweiler should have gotten in. Viola Davis, great performance as well. But for me, it was Danielle Deadweiler. That was the big snub. Bill Nighy is great in Living. Would I have put him in my top 5? No, I wouldn't have. I would put a few more people above Bill Nighy. But he was really great in Living, so I'm happy to see it. Let's see. Hi, Austin. Tell us about Doggone. Yeah, I need to review it on Letterboxd. I haven't reviewed it. It was, wasn't great. It was okay. It wasn't okay. It was not great. But it's not the worst movie I've seen this year. The worst movie I've seen this year was Fear. So, right? Fear? Is that the name? God, I forgot the name already. That's a shame. Let's see. Don't you think the Oscars simply skips many movies from around the globe that are good? It's not as perfect as we think it is. Oh, I don't think it's perfect. I don't think the voting system. But you're always going to have flaws within a voting system like that. It's hard to nail it down. It's hard to get it perfect. But I definitely don't think it's perfect. Logan says, "Hi, Austin. Have you seen Normal People? If so, what are your thoughts? Hope everything goes well with the house." Now, why can't I think of Normal People? Let's see. Normal People series. No, I have not. With Paul Mescal. That's the one I was looking at on Twitter the other day. Paul Mescal, Daisy Edgar-Jones. I have not seen it. But dude, look at the cast, man. Oh my God, look at the cast. That's incredible. No, I feel like I have to see this now. I remember skipping that one, not purposefully. I just didn't have time for it. And people loved it. So yeah, Paul Mescal. Oscar nominee, Paul Mescal. That sounds pretty good. I love seeing it. All right. I've already got this question. I've already responded to it, so I don't understand. Let's see. Andy, just DM'd you on Twitter a link where you can have a say in the nominations in the movie awards game I'm doing with my friends. Okay, I will look at that, Andy. I did not see that. I assume you just did it, like just now. Just did it. Let me see if I can find that, Andy. Yes, I see you right here, Andy. So for some reason I don't get notifications, but I just went to Twitter and saw that. So Andy, I will respond to you after this is over and take a look at that, my friend. See what we can do. Austin, what is your favorite movie quote? From Robert, "Life moves pretty fast." The Ferris Bueller quote. If you don't stop and look around every once in a while, you could miss it. It is my favorite quote. What am I saying? That is the definitive quote that I have attempted to live my life by. It's been more difficult as of late, but I've been attempting to live my life by it. It's genuinely one of the best movie quotes ever. Absolutely spectacular. No matter what anyone says, I still look forward to Shazam on its own, not for the sake of a connected universe, but I still support the restore of the Snyderverse. The restore of the Snyderverse at this point, to me, is kind of pointless. Like, I love certain movies in the Snyderverse, then I don't like certain movies in the Snyderverse, but it's not happening. It's not happening. So I don't necessarily sign the petitions and all that stuff because it's just not going to happen. But in terms of Shazam, I am very excited to see what Shazam 2 offers. I don't like the trailers. I think the trailers are not good. I think Warner Brothers is mishandling the trailers. But the movie, I think, could be great. Again, we've seen superhero movies like this before where they just kind of mishandle the marketing material. But I'm very excited for it. I like Zachary Levi. Can't wait to see what happens with that. Okay. I agree with Judd Hirsch getting in over Paul Dano. Oh, no, Andy, I don't. I think Judd Hirsch was great, but Dano is a piece of the heart of that movie. Judd Hirsch is a great cameo. Kind of. Let's see. Okay. We've got, oh my gosh, how many stars for Doggone? What is the Doggone love? I am so confused. Flora and Son. That's the name of the film. Flora and Son. That's the John Carney film. Thank you. All right. Hey, Austin, what was your thoughts on Doggone? Oh my gosh. What is happening? Is this some kind of conspiracy to confuse me? Okay. Way too early best picture predictions for next year. For next year. Working on that, Jacob. I won't have that video until right after we get the Oscar ceremony in March, but I'm working on that. I've got to get that more kind of in focus because there's a lot to consider there. But obviously off the bat, you got a Scorsese film, you got a Christopher Nolan film, and a Denis Villeneuve film. So right off the bat, those three are going to be in the conversation. And David Fincher. Oh, man. This could be a good year. Thoughts on Event Horizon reboot? Just, I don't know a lot about it. But I've heard, have I heard tale of an Event Horizon reboot or just the idea of it? Let's see. Horizon reboot. Is this something that's in the works? I don't think it's in the works, but just the idea of it. Let's see. Paul W.S. Anderson, man, that is that's a movie, and a lot of people want to give it flack. Again, not the best movie ever. Critically, it wasn't very acclaimed, but I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great concept. So I think it could work. Yeah, I would be up for a reboot for Event Horizon. It's a really cool concept. I just think you need a better director at the helm, because Paul W.S. Anderson is not the best, in my opinion. Not the best director. I think it's progressively gotten worse over the years, so it wasn't the worst back in the day. I think the movie came out in the late 90s, 98, 97, something like that. But with a better director, I think that could work for sure. Let's see here. Which year do you think the last decade had the greatest movies? I'm going to go 2019. I think 2019 was spectacular. I'd give a shout out to 2014, 2016, 2017. I guess 2015 was great too. But 2019 for me was just banger after banger after banger. From Parasite to 1917 to Uncut Gems to Marriage Story to The Irishman to Once Upon a Time to, I could go on and on and on. And my goodness, Peanut Butter Falcon. That wasn't even in my top 15. Great movie. So, Dragged Across Concrete. That's 2019. John Wick Chapter 3 was 2019. Parabellum. Boy, what a great year that was. I have to give the edge to 2019. Okay. We got another super chat here. I want to make sure I get to these super chat guys. If I ever miss you, let me know. Austin, please watch Resurrection from last year. Didn't watch it. Rebecca Hall should win actress, in my opinion. It's just saying something given the competition. She has an 8-minute, one-take monologue, just like Mia Goth. It's stunning. That's cool. Yeah, I never watched Resurrection, Machapaka, but I did hear about it. I think it premiered at one of the festivals earlier in the year, and I heard about that monologue. I heard it was incredible. Rebecca Hall is a really great talent. Rebecca Hall is, I could see that monologue being phenomenal just because of the way she presents herself. But I'm excited I know it's on my watch list. Don't know when I would visit it, but I know I want to see it eventually. That's one that I unfortunately wasn't able to see. And now I have gotten to the spammy spam. Sorry, guys, I'm just now seeing the spammy spam. Do not like spammy spam. Nobody click on it. Nobody touch it. Nobody touch the spammy spam. Okay. We've got planning on seeing Lockwood and Company. I'm in the middle of it right now. I'm going to try to have a review. It's going to be a late review, very late review, maybe by tomorrow. That's the goal. Mike says, did you see Jonah Hill's Stutz? Thoughts, therapeutic implications aside, I love the expressiveness from Hill's everyman perspective. No, I did not see this. Mike, I did not see this. That's one that I missed. But let me tell you, I love Jonah Hill. I saw a picture the other day. I believe he posted it on his Instagram. It was Jonah Hill between his brother, who he lost, and Kobe Bryant, who of course passed away, I think 3 years ago, as of a couple of days ago. And just like what he wrote was really moving. I really like Jonah Hill. I know I didn't love the newest movie. I know I didn't love some of the films that he's done as of late, but I think he's a phenomenal actor. He's proven it time and time again in a movie like Wolf of Wall Street. His movie that he directed mid-90s, a couple of years ago, I thought was a really great movie. So I really like Jonah Hill. I want to check this out for sure. Thank you, Mike. Okay. Are you excited for Knock at the Cabin? I am. I am excited for Knock at the Cabin. Hey, Austin, going to see Python today. Are you planning to see it? Yes, I am planning to see it. Like I said, I think it came to my theater this weekend. Pretty sure. So I'm going to try my best to see it. If I don't get called for jury duty, hope I don't. If you watch True Detective Season 1, what do you think of it? Amazing. Spectacular season of television. I think it's full of phenomenal performances. I think it's a really special season. It just never lived up to the hype after that. That's how good Season 1 was. Do you plan on checking out Lupin? The movie that dropped on Prime this weekend. I don't know. TJT reviews. Possibly. We'll see where we're at. Got a lot of things in the pipeline, a lot of things that I need to try my best to get my hands on, but yeah, I'll try to check it out. That's on the watch list for sure. Chase, I knew it was Chase. Yes, I like the name change, Chase. Thanks for the super chat. However, the Oscars, MGM didn't do anything to help. They just assumed Deadweiler would get nominated. No MGM film got noms. Yep. Some of these studios, man. What was the studio that handled Martha Plimpton and Dowd's film that I thought was just a great movie? Was it Bleecker? I think it was Bleecker that handled that movie, and just nothing. Didn't do anything to help it. And then see, that's the thing for me. It's like, why can people just not watch the movie? I understand, I get it, but it's just crazy to me how many great movies that the Oscars just completely miss. And then some of these movies, or some of the Oscars, they'll have Batman here, they'll have Batman there, and then for some reason, cinematography, they just don't get it. And I'm just like, what are we doing here, guys? What are we doing? Don't get it. Really don't. Do you know the YouTube channel Durbania? Yes, I like Durbania. I think he's a great, seems like a really great guy. We collabed twice. I had him on the channel once. He did a little introduction for me, but I haven't talked to him in a while, but he seems like a really, really nice guy. Really nice guy. Already got to that one. Collie Wally. Have you seen the trailer for Hello Tomorrow? No, I have not, Collie Wally. The 1950s vision of the future has always been intriguing style. I'm very curious to see. Let's see what this is, Collie Wally. I'm not going to watch the trailer. Let's see. Hello Tomorrow. This is a television series. All right. That's what Google is telling me. Billy Crudup. Oh, I like Billy Crudup. Here we go. Retro futuristic world. Charismatic salesman. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, this looks cool. Apple TV Plus. Well, man, Apple TV Plus has been crushing it lately. They really have. I think they are very underrated. These TV shows, sometimes they'll get seen, sometimes they won't get seen. I know Shrinking just came out. I've heard really good things about that. Severance came out last year. That one did blow up. But Apple TV Plus, man, they are rocking and rolling right now. Even from South Africa. When are you going to collab with Sean Chandler again? Sean and I are going to be doing a lot of things this year. A lot of things. They're not going to be over the next month or two. We probably won't do anything January and February, right? But we're going to be doing a lot of things together, and not just over YouTube. So stay tuned, because we're going to be. We've got some cool plans. Don't want to say what they are yet because they're not set in stone. But we got some cool plans. And maybe some other people will be joining us. Maybe some people that you've been seeing. You could take a guess if you want to. That you've been seeing me do collabs on this channel with when we go to movies together. You could probably guess who I'm talking about. It's going to be really cool. Let's see. You should be able to guess who I'm referring to here. Who do you think will get Best Actor? Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer, Ryan Gosling for Barbie. If I had to pick between the two, I would say Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer, just because we don't know for sure. It seems like a biopic. It feels like a biopic. And I don't know, is my StreamYard just not loading anything right now? What is going on here? It's not loading anything. We might have to take a break here in just a second, guys. But yeah, I think Cillian Murphy, just the type of movie that he's in, it feels like that would be more likely to get an Oscar nomination compared to Ryan Gosling for Barbie. Could you just start a superhero movie podcast? I've thought about doing podcasting. Did a podcast back in the day. It's very time consuming. Guys, give me 1 second. Let me do a little refresh on this page specifically, because it's not wanting to load any of your all's questions over here on StreamYard. So give me 1 second and we'll do a little bit of a quick refresh here. stream. There we are. Yes. We've loaded some more questions. Hopefully I don't have to do that every time we don't get questions. That would be horrible. Let's see. In-Game was in 2019. Oh, of course. Natu got nominated. Proud moment for India. Yes, it did. Goodness gracious. I love that song. I thought RRR would get the Best Picture nom. Thought it would slide in, but it didn't. It's unfortunate. Best Austin quote. There's a cheapness to this movie that doesn't sit right with me. I assume you're talking about my peer review. Yeah, that was... Yikes. Not a good movie, folks. Not a good movie. What is your guilty pleasure so far this year? This year, guilty pleasure. I guess Plane. I actually think Plane was pretty good, so I don't fully want to call it a guilty pleasure, but I think Plane worked pretty well for me. Worked pretty well. But, it's not the type of movie you see Gerard Butler in an action movie. It's like, you got to feel guilty about liking that. I don't really feel guilty for it, so I guess it's not a guilty pleasure, but that would be the one I would choose. By the way, Austin, let Madison have Criminal Minds. And just be thankful it's not NCIS. Oh, my goodness. Incredible. Let's see. Yeah. Well, she watches NCIS too, Mike. I don't want to throw her under the bus, but I gotta throw her on the bus. Jonah Hill's You People is pretty funny. I didn't love You People. I wasn't a big fan, but I've heard a lot of people say that, so you're not alone there. 80 for Brady versus Knock at the Cabin, who's winning the box office. Boy, I've heard some good things. I've heard some good things about 80 for Brady. I have, and I heard people showed up for that early screening, so maybe 80 for Brady. I don't know. It's going to be tough. What do you think about 1899? I hate it. I hate that it was canceled. Netflix, they've been canceling some things lately. I've just been very kind of upset about. I do not like the fact that it got canceled. Let's see here. But, didn't love season 1, but I was very excited for season 2 to see what they were going to do with it. All right, we've got, do you think RRR was snubbed for some categories at the Oscars? I do. I think it deserved to get in a couple more categories. Talking about the person we were guessing who would be in the vicinity of myself and Sean Chandler. It's a good guess. I mean, I'm not saying who it is. I just think it's a good guess. It's John the flick pick, the Flickinger. It's a pretty good guess. Let's see. We've got any plans for Patreon? Michael, yes, I have 4 Patreon podcasts recorded that I'm going to start putting out tomorrow. I was going to start in January. I decided to start in February because, life. And not a happy Austin. But yes, I've got 4 podcasts recorded, and I got a plan for a live stream next Sunday following this live stream that should be taking place next Sunday. Next Sunday is going to be a lot easier because we don't have football at all. It's just Pro Bowl, but come on, it's Pro Bowl. I guess I'll watch it, but not a big deal. Let's see here, guys. So the questions are not loading again, and I am not sure what the deal is here. Let me do a refresh one more time. All right. Okay. Let's try this one more time here. One more time. If it don't load again, I'd have to start switching. StreamYard might be going out the window. We might have to go away from StreamYard. Let's see here. We've got... I want to make sure I didn't miss any of your all's questions here, guys. Your super chats. How many movies have you watched? I'm at 300. Oh gosh. Well, you can go on Letterboxd and see how many I've rated, and I've watched a few more than that. So in the 1,000 range. Let's see. What do we got on Letterboxd right now? Right now, Letterboxd tells me I have I have rated, not logged. I have rated 2,773. But I have seen more movies than that. Not crazy amount more. Probably like 500 more than that. So we're probably at like 3.5, maybe 3.5, because there's a lot of movies that I watched. I forgot I watched movies in film classes, movies at school, movies that I don't have ratings for because I've not seen in a while. There are so many movies that I've just not seen, and tastes change, right? As you get older, your taste is going to change, and things are going to be different, right? So there are some movies that I just haven't given grades for in a while. Yeah, this StreamYard, man, they're just not loading comments anymore. They've just stopped loading comments. So we're gonna have to switch out of StreamYard. We're gonna have to switch out of this. Let's see here. We got Michael. Hi, Austin. Me and Andy met up in person for theater conference. It was awesome getting to talk to him. Michael, that's freaking awesome. That is awesome, Michael. I know we've had you and Andy on at the same time before for some Patreon things, but the fact that you got to meet up in person is amazing. Hey, man, I wish I was there. That's amazing. That is so cool, Mike. I'm so happy for you guys. I'm so happy for you all. I really am. That's so cool. Michael, thank you for the super chat. That's awesome. Do you think All Quiet will win any Oscar titles? I do. I don't know exactly which ones off the top of my head, but I know I have it winning like 2, I think. Yeah, 1 or 2. Let's see here. What direction do you want the rest of the Avatar movies to take? Just maybe be a little more out of the box. You know, I think it's the type of series that they've done a lot of amazing things, but the only thing that I think has fallen slightly short so far has been the story not doing anything that we've never seen before. Even though, listen, I love The Way of Water. I thought it was a great movie. I think the first Avatar is good. I think The Way of Water is great, but I want the story to do something magnificent in the next one, if that makes sense. But I'm very excited to see what they do. James Cameron has proven time and time again, and with this movie already being one of the top 4 highest grossing movies of all time, that's pretty freaking incredible. Okay. Tyler with the hot take here. Everything Everywhere All at Once is way overrated. The Banshees of Inisherin with 9 nominations for real. Tyler, man, we're on different pages. I think both of those movies are great. You know, not often do I give it to the Oscars for doing the right thing, you know, but I think they did the right thing with a lot of movies this year. I really do. Okay, guys, so here's where we're at. This thing says excellent connection, all right? But it's not loading the comments in this. So I'm going to pop out this chat over here, and we're going to see if we can pull up your comments in this window over here. In this window. Okay, got it here. And we're going to try to show your chats a different way. So let's do this. Let's share the screen. Because I want to get I don't just want to talk to you guys. I want to talk to you guys and show your chats here. Even though I don't like showing everybody, because some people are, you know, stooges, but not most of you guys aren't stooges. Here we go. We'll do that. Let's do that. There we go. Okay. So now we can kind of show your chats here a little bit. A little bit. Yeah, so let's see. We've got a super chat here saying Rajamouli's RRR next movie script is going on. Oh, okay. RRR director. So Rajamouli's working on a new movie. Okay, that's very cool. It's inspired from Indiana Jones. He said it's a globe-trotting adventure. Can't wait. Now, that's cool. I did not know that. Thank you for the super chat. I had no clue he was working on a new movie. This is a director that I'm looking at now. Let me take this off the screen. I am looking at Rajamouli, and I'm saying, what do you got for me next? Because RR was so distinct, so different, and really fun to watch. So I can't wait to see what he works on next. Austin, do you hate Alvin and the Chipmunks? I think the first live action movie is cute. I think the sequels are bad, but I don't hate Alvin and the Chipmunks. I watched, need to load here, Austin. Let's see. Need to load here, Austin. Don't know what that means. Why is Banshees of Inisherin considered great? I didn't think it was. Go watch my review. I kind of explain why I thought it was great, but don't have to agree with me there. Have you ever thought about having a moderator for YouTube live comments? I have one who hasn't done anything in a while, but yes, I need to reach out to more people and have more moderators, especially since I'm showing right now, which I shouldn't have to be doing, but for some reason, this thing is not loading new comments. And I don't know why. So StreamYard, you're failing me. You are absolutely failing me. Can you think of a movie with a bad ending? Oh, there's so many. There's so many movies with bad endings. Off the top of my head, oh gosh, that's something I would have to say for like a list, because I would have to sit and think about it specifically. Let's see here. Can we scroll? Oh my goodness, we can scroll in so I can see these a little better because my eyesight is bad.
Who do you think will die in Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, and Secret Wars? I think there are going to be a lot of deaths in those movies. Maybe more than Infinity War and Endgame. Well, there were a lot in Infinity War, but that doesn't count. They came back. Carrie Condon should win over Angela Bassett. I don't think she will. I think Bassett's going to win, but Carrie Condon was personally my favorite supporting actress performance of the year. So I agree with that, but I thought Bassett was great. That's no hate. I mean, it's very, very close for me. Let's see. Tell you what, if the Avatar franchise turns out to be, let's see if I can get this whole thing here because it's not letting me unzoom that. The Avatar franchise turns out to be a 5-part epic Captain Planet reboot prequel. My respect for Cameron will grow tenfold. I'll tell you what it looks like it's going to be, Mike. It looks like it's going to be, because they've done they were in the jungle, and then they are in the forest, and then they were doing the water thing. Now they're doing the fire thing. So the next thing is, what would it be, air? Because they've already done earth, water, fire, air. They're doing the last airbender. It's Avatar the Last Airbender. I think that is I think that is hilarious, but I like it. I don't hate it at all. Let's see. We've got who do we got here, guys? And I'm so sorry. This is looking a little awkward here, man. For some reason, StreamYard is just not wanting to load these comments. But we've only got a few more minutes. We're still going strong here. Is that the film drunk? Is that the freaking film drunk? Man, what's going on, film drunk? How you doing? Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy holidays. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here, my friend. I wish I could make your comment bigger, but life doesn't always find a way. Let's see. Do you got beef with Chris from 3C Films? No, whoever thinks I have beef with Chris from 3C Films is stupid. No, we just haven't collabed in a while. He's very busy right now, so I think just the amount of collabs that he's doing is very limited. Haven't talked a lot, but I've been dealing with a lot of things on my end, with the baby and the flood and now jury duty. Ugh, God, I'm not excited about that. The most overrated movie in 2022. Maybe Crimes of the Future. Critics like Crimes of the Future. I did not like Crimes of the Future. I thought it was boring. And then, some critics, not all of them, liked, boy, I can't remember the name. No, you know what I'll say here? Which one did I give a 7 or a 6.5 to? Man, this will be a long time for me to have to find this on Letterboxd. I'll come back to this. I'll come back to this eventually. We might do an overrated movie list, because I have a couple. That I think are overrated from 2022. Crimes of the Future was boring. Let's see. Sorry. So you're saying you and 3C are going to fight? Yes. Me versus 3C Films. Mano y mano. I could take him. No, I don't know. 3C's bro's pretty swole. I don't know if I could. No, I could take him. I love 3C. I would never fight the nicest human being on the planet. Let's see. Recently, I hit 200 subs, but I've been on YouTube for like 2 years. What are some things that I can do? Scroll. What do you think I can do to grow? Man, it's hard. It's really hard to get those first 500, to get those first 1,000. I think 1,000 was the big mark for me, where I'm like, let's go. Because I kind of started out with about 500 subs, because I brought over my Vine people. And that shows you, I had 140K on Vine, and only 500 people came to my YouTube channel, because it was dead at that point. The app had died. But when I hit that first 1,000, I was like, man, let's freaking go. This is awesome. Best feeling in the world. But to get there, it required a lot of patience, a lot of long nights, a lot of early mornings making videos. I'd wake up when these Netflix shows would drop at 3 a.m. on Fridays, and I'd review, and I'd watch. And so if you want to start with the reviewing and that side of things, then just watch as many things as you can and review things that other people aren't reviewing. I think that's the best advice I can give you. Talk about things that people aren't talking about, but if you're going a different route, then just be consistent. Post often. Make a schedule. Stick to that schedule. I try to post once a day. Sometimes I'll take breaks, but if I take a break, then maybe I'll post a YouTube short. Those are coming in handy now. Those are very convenient. So a lot of things I could give you advice for, but I don't exactly know what your channel is about. So I think that makes a big difference as well. Let's see here. If you could remake one MCU movie, which would it be? Probably Thor: Love and Thunder. You know, I walked out of Thor: Love and Thunder. I loved the ending. I said, man, that was not as good as I thought it was, but I still enjoyed it. Right? I still enjoyed it my first watch. And then I watched it again, and I said, not as good, still fun. But then I started to think about the potential of what Love and Thunder could have been. And I think that shot it the most for me, was the not living up to what the source material could have given us with that movie. So if I had to remake one, I would say Thor: Love and Thunder, just because it just, the more I watch it, the more I'm like, yeah. And Taylor says, I can't believe they wasted Bale like that. Yeah, listen, they wasted Christian Bale in that movie. He's great, but he should have been in it more. If you could rewrite Thor: The Dark World, what would you do differently? Oh, I'd have to think about it. Grizzly Hound. First of all, I would make a more compelling villain. That villain was terrible. I still think the Dark Elf is one of the worst villains in the MCU. I really do. It's just bad. And that movie is boring. Michael says, I didn't love After Sun as much as others, but she should have gotten in for Best Director. Yeah, Michael. I think I'm with you. I think that would have been a great... what's your personal lineup for Best Director? Michael, I'm going to save that, first of all, because I need to think about it a little bit more, but I'm going to save that for my video. I'm going to do a personal Oscars. My personal Oscars, who I would have put over. And someday, I think they got it right in a few cases. I would have put Brendan Fraser in there, Colin Farrell, Austin Butler, Paul Mescal. So, I think they got some of these right, but there were some categories like cinematography where I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Let's see. Church Salome says pelt. So I just... Oh, if only you all knew. Let's see here. Decision to leave snub was killer to me. Yeah. Will you watch Shrinking at some point? Will you watch Shrinking at some point? I'm going to try my best. Probably won't review it, but if I get to it in time before it ends, then I might do a little review after it ends. Have you seen Spirited? Yes, I thought it was okay. That was fun. Which do you think is more annoying, the goats from Love and Thunder or Fred from old school YouTube? Looking back now, I would say Fred. But at the time, I thought Fred was funny, but I was a kid. Looking back now, I'm like Fred. But I'm one of the people that did. I actually saw a lot of people that loved the goats, Love and Thunder. I didn't love the goats. Even after my first watch, that was actually my biggest criticism, was the stupidity of the goats. I did not like the goats. I still don't like the goats. And now that I've gone down on the movie, I don't like it even more. Fred is actually a cool guy now. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen not a new YouTube channel, but kind of a redo of that YouTube channel. I kind of need to go back and catch up on where Fred has been. Let's see. I had a great question here, and I want to make sure I can get to it. Love your channel. Thank you so much. It's very nice, man. I saw a great question, and if you had a great question, please go back and ask the question again, because I saw a really great one here. Anticipated Marv. Oh, here's one I saw a while ago too, that this is not the one I was talking about, but somebody said, what's your favorite celebrity encounter? Probably when I ran into Sean McVay last year. Mike said all my questions are great. When I ran into Sean McVay last year at the Critics' Choice Awards, that was pretty freaking cool. No, my favorite celebrity encounter is one that I don't have any proof of, but when I made Michael Keaton laugh in the bathroom at the Critics' Choice Awards. That's the best. I will forever be grateful that I made that joke. Okay. And then I will also be grateful that he giggled at the joke. Mike Coulter was in there. He laughed. Charlie Day didn't hear a laugh. He may not have thought it was funny, but he's a great comedian. So you can't win them all. But I got 2 out of 3. I got Mike Coulter. I got Michael Keaton. That's the best celebrity encounter I've ever had. But the one I have proof of last year, Sean McVay. Amazing. Just an amazing guy. Super Bowl winning coach. Sticking with the Rams this year. I think that's the right choice. And probably the nicest guy I met, McVay was great, but the nicest guy I met at the Critics' Choice Awards, Rob Morgan. If you know who Rob Morgan is, worked on, here's how you will know who he is. He was the police officer in Stranger Things. That's how you know who Rob Morgan is. Literally the nicest guy I've ever met. He told me, which he probably didn't. I know he didn't. But he said, I'm going to check out your videos. You're an awesome dude. asking me questions. Just the best dude I've ever met. Celebrity I've ever met. I'd love to meet Charlie Day. Yeah, Charlie Day didn't laugh at my joke, so it was. But Michael Keaton did. Watched Triangle of Sadness 2 nights ago. I really don't think Ruben should have taken up that spot in direction over Cameron. How? Over Kaczynski, yeah. How? Yeah, Cash, it's an unpopular opinion, but I think I agree with you. I do not love the choice. I was not a big fan of Triangle of Sadness. I know I'm in my own little world there. I just wasn't a huge fan. Guys, listen, I love you guys. I appreciate the chats, the super chats. Sorry about not being able to put things on the screen. We're going to have to work on, see what StreamYard is up to right now, because nothing was loading. But I'm going to have to wrap this up because I do have a place to be here in about 20 minutes. So I'm going to have to wrap it up. Let's do a couple more questions here. I would love to meet Charlie Day. I didn't actually meet Charlie Day, but he was in the bathroom. He was in the bathroom when it happened. Wait, you made Michael Keaton laugh, as in you told him a joke. Get it? Yes. Get it? Okay, bye. I did. Well, everybody was talking. People were saying things. I chimed in, and people laughed. So that counts as a joke. Okay, let me have this moment. What do you think of Tom Hanks' Razzie nomination? Which one did he get nominated for? Was it Elvis or was it Pinocchio? Because I didn't think he was very good in both. But I don't pay attention to Razzies. When they nominated the 11-year-old girl, I said, piss off, Razzies. Do you think Baz Luhrmann ever had a chance for director? Probably not at the Oscars. What's a movie you want to see remade, but every character is a Muppet? Oh my God. It's incredible. Oh my God, that's incredible. What movie do you want to see remade, but every character is a Muppet? Babylon. Stop. That's horrible. Remake Babylon. If you know how, like, that would be horrible. Oh my gosh. Remake Babylon, but everybody's a Muppet. Oh, that's awful. Yeah. Sheesh, guys. That is awesome. I just thought about it. I thought of the scene where they're all in the thing and he's doing the drum. I just thought about it. Oh, thank you for that. I needed that. That's incredible. Yeah, StreamYard, man. Not loading anything. So thank you guys for being awesome in the chat and not saying bad things. Austin, you're not alone in Triangle of Sadness. Really not the best pick in my opinion. It's not bad, but it's, yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Cash. I didn't think it was bad, but I went and voted for it. Schindler's List with the Muppets. This is great. I think that's a good place to end. All right, you guys, please. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's great. This needs to be a new thing that we do. Just think of movies that would be amazing with Muppets. Everyone's a Muppet except for Marco's character, Damon. Oh my God. Oh, that's spectacular. Listen, guys, I've got to go. I've got to meet somebody here in about 20 minutes. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being awesome. Thanks for making me laugh. I really needed that today. Oh, man. I would say leave your chats, say your goodbyes. Actually, you know what? Do it anyway. Do it anyway, because I'll play you out right here. You know what? Let's just put that on screen. StreamYard, what are you doing? What are you doing? This has been horrible. You're not letting me put the comments on the screen. Congrats on the baby. Thank you so much. It's been bad. But we made it through. We got some great questions answered. We talked about the Muppets, which was spectacular. Muppets Godfather. We need this to happen. Thank you guys for being awesome. Thanks for being here. Hey, I'm working on the best of the month, my best of the decade so far. Got some more reviews coming your way, maybe one later today. Okay, there's a big old blockbuster in theaters that not a lot of people's talking about, and we're going to talk about that. And then I'm going to try my best to see some of these movies that I've missed over the last couple of weeks. Stay tuned to Letterboxd. I'm catching up on Letterboxd reviews as well. And this week's going to be fun, man, because I'm seeing Knock at the Cabin. Oh, by the way, thanks for all the likes, man, liking the stream. We're at 88. If we could get to 100 likes by the time we leave, just because I think we've got a pretty good amount of people here, that would be spectacular. All right, guys, thank you so much. You are the best, and I'll see you maybe if you want to tune in later today.
100 likes. We can do it. 8 more. 8 more.
Also, before I even got on here today, somebody disliked it. What are you doing? What are you doing? Well, you know what? I don't blame them, to be honest with you. Just listen. When I get a dislike, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I get it. Do I disagree? Maybe. But I get it. Okay? I understand. If I had to look at my face, if I had to sit and watch my face, I would understand. I would. Okay, that's it.